What's up everyone? Welcome to my channel. My name is Christine and I have something called Common Variable Immune Deficiency, aka CVID. CVID is a rare illness. It has no cure. If you would like to get some more information on CVID, you can check out the video. I will link it up above where I discuss what CVID is. Today I'm going to talk about the benefits of using social media when you're diagnosed with an illness, whether it's a rare illness or it's not a rare illness, because even if it's not rare, you still need someone to connect to and kind of help you go through things. The biggest benefit, in my opinion, of social media is the ability to connect to someone who has your illness, and you can connect to people in different parts of the world. I have talked to people who have a primary immune deficiency that live in other countries other than the United States. I've talked to people in other states. I have talked to people that live locally. I've actually met people that I had first met through the internet, and we live near each other, and we ended up meeting up and becoming friends. When you have a rare illness, it can be very hard to get people to just get it, to fully understand what you're going through. And as much as you may have family or friends that want to try to get it, they will never really fully understand what you are going through just because they don't have to deal with it day to day. But if you find someone else who does have what you have that stronger connection and they are more likely to just get it. This can be particularly helpful if you are newly diagnosed. If you are newly diagnosed with an illness, you have so many questions. How is this going to affect my life? What am I going to do? How do I tell people? Can I still work? Can I go to school? It's just, there's so many questions. You know, when you're going through kind of the shock when the doctor's telling you, sometimes these questions don't come through your mind, and your doctor can help you out, but ultimately your doctor doesn't have the experience of living through your illness, unless they do. But usually they don't. You can just go and talk to somebody else who actually has been there, done that, lived through your illness. I will say from when I was diagnosed over 10 years ago, there was not that much out there. There were people on the internet that I could connect to, but there is so much more out there today than when I was first diagnosed. Finding somebody who you can connect to and just talk to in the beginning of a diagnosis who has been there, done that, can really just help relieve some of the anxiety that you might be going through and be very beneficial and helpful to you. The next benefit I'm going to talk about is the ability to hear and discuss others' opinions on treatments, the side effects. Are there any different types of treatments? What else is out there? Is there anything else that I can do? And you can kind of just get a broader range of opinions than you'd be able to get if it's just yourself. There are some things that your doctor may not be aware of, but I do want to put an extreme asterisk on this. Be careful, because not everyone on the internet has a medical degree. Ultimately, you should discuss any medical treatment with your physician. Hopefully you would have a physician who, if you came up with something that is a rational treatment, they would be willing to discuss with you whether they think it is a good idea or it's not, and give you a reason as to why. So please, with this, be careful. I would not recommend taking any final treatment decisions based off what you see or hear on the internet. Ultimately, you need to discuss it with your physician, and they may be open to some alternative things. They may tell you, no, this is not wise because X, Y, and Z. So yeah, it is a benefit that you can discuss and get ideas with other people, but it also has a caution that I would put on there. Just because something works for one person does not mean it will work for you. Another benefit of using social media when you have a illness or a rare illness is that you can go and ask if anyone knows of any good doctors that have experience in treating your illness. So whether you are struggling to find a physician that can appropriately treat what you have, or even just trying to find a physician that can give you a diagnosis. Is this what you have, or is it not what you have? Is it something else? This can really be helpful like if you move. So like what I have, CVID, there really are not that many doctors out there that directly have experience with primary immune deficiencies. So it is very important that I find someone who knows what I have and who knows how to properly treat it. The next benefit that I think there is to using social media is that you can see that there are people out there that have your illness and have kind of figured it out. And maybe they haven't completely figured it out, because most people have not completely figured out their lives. We all have issues. But you can see people who have gone through the shock and the surprise and the struggles that you might be going through now, and they've made it through. Seeing someone who has what you're going through, who can still go out, enjoy life, do things, in my opinion, can be inspirational to you. I think this goes again to when you're first newly diagnosed and it's so scary and you're like, is my life over? I think it can be inspiring to see people that have what you have been there, done that, and they're still enjoying their life. They're still living a life. They're still productive. They're still working. They're still traveling. And the last benefit that I could come up with, at least, is the ability to make new friends. I know growing up, the thought about meeting somebody from the internet is like, oh, nope, they're a creeper. They're not who they say they are. Like, you shouldn't talk to anyone that you've met through the internet. I really don't think that is a logical statement today. Obviously, you want to use caution because there are creepers out there. But I have met plenty of people from the internet that I consider friends, and just because our means of connection was initially through the internet doesn't mean we were both creepy people and lying about who we said we are. I think it is great you can go out there and make new friends, hopefully, and have that friend that you can connect to with your illness. Knowing more people is always a benefit, especially if you are struggling in the social aspect because you are getting sick a lot and you're having to stay home a lot. It is a way where you can talk to people. Yeah, making new friends, it's always a great thing. That's my video on what I think the benefits of using social media are when you have an illness. Next week I'm going to talk about some of the disadvantages, the downfalls of social media, but I want to go with the positives first. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you would like to see any future videos or check out any of my past videos. I would really appreciate it. And I hope everyone has a great day. Bye!